Hey guys, it's Becky with Simply Intentional Life, and I wanted to talk to you about planning lunches for kids for school. And I know like a lot of moms struggle with this. I struggled with it too. And I came up with this system that really works for us and our family. And I want to help you do the same thing. My goal is to help you implement small changes in your daily life. That way you can get under control and you feel like you have a lot less stress. That's my goal. So meal planning is one of the things that I know I struggled with, and now I have a system and it takes me a lot less time, and I want to help you do the same thing. I know specifically that moms struggle with meal planning for kid lunches. If you're packing your kid's lunch all the time, like I pack my youngest son's every day because he has food allergies, so I pack every snack for him, every lunch, so I know it can be like a stressful thing. So I came up with 45 different meal ideas for lunches for kids in this post. And I'll link to it in the comments for YouTube. But basically, I wanted to give you a bunch of different ideas. That way you weren't stressed when you're trying to think of something to plan for your kids. And that way when you're creating your grocery list, you actually have ideas to run off of too. There's two different, actually group them into two different sections, cold lunches and warm lunches. Often I'll pack Logan just leftovers from the night before, and he'll take it and they'll actually warm it up. But for Joey, that's not an option. He's in public school. They don't have a microwave that they warm stuff up in or anything. So, and that's where I lean on a thermos to help me. So I warm it up in the morning, and then it's warm for his lunch that day. And I do this all the time. So I'll heat up the little thermos thing, and then he tells me it's still warm at lunchtime, and he never tells me not to use it, so I use it. But it really works for our family, so I wanted to give you options for your family, so hopefully it'll work for you. So I'm just going to go over the sheets. I actually have these printed out too, so I put them in my binder. I'm going to put them in, actually I haven't put holes in them yet, but I'm actually put holes in them and create a separate lunch section for my kiddos. I actually just have them in the front. I pull them out, and that way I have ideas to use. But there's the warm lunch ideas. So there's 30 on this page, and then the cold lunch ideas. And I want to say there's what, like 10 or something on that page. I forget, but I think there's like 45 total. There's like 10 or 15 on this page. In the Busy Mom's Guide for Meal Planning, I have 70 meal ideas because I know how much of a struggle it is. And maybe your kiddos wouldn't eat some of these things in this list, but maybe they would on the other list for the Busy Mom's Guide to Meal Planning. I'm gonna get a little close up of this. So basically what I do is I choose something from the fruit section, the veggie section, and then the main course section. So if I'm doing a cold lunch, then this is what I do. If I'm doing a warm lunch, then these are all like main courses in my opinion. So then what I do is I choose a fruit. So a lot of times I have the 100% fruit juice cups, and I choose a fruit, and then I'll choose a veggie, or if there's vegetables in the meal, I'll usually just choose a fruit to pack with it. It's really simple. Make it as easy as possible to pack lunches because it takes a lot of stress from you, okay? My goal is to help you implement strategies to reduce stress in your everyday life so you can pursue your passion and pursue your goals, because you deserve it. You deserve to achieve your goals just as much as anybody else. So that is my goal, to help you. Let's see. So yeah, so cold lunches, warm lunches. So print these out, keep them in your meal planning binder. The other thing, this can be really overwhelming because there's quite a few on this list. So if I were you, what I would do, if you know your kids aren't going to eat some of these, you can either cross them off or simply highlight the ones you know your kids are going to eat. That way it makes it really easy for you. Talk to them about it. Sit them down and say, hey, you know, you have these options. Like, what would you like to eat? What do you think that, you know, would be the most reasonable? What would you look forward to eating at lunchtime? That way they get excited about what they're going to have in their lunch, what there's going to be packed in their lunch. So it may not be every single one of these things on their list. You might have a picky eater that you have to kind of use some different strategies to help them kind of overcoming their little picky eater ways. Logan is that way. We have trouble with Logan, and I think a lot of it with him was he had developmental problems when he was younger. So when he didn't walk until he was almost 2. He was like 22 months when he started walking, and developmental delays. His was hypotonia, so that he struggled with eating, and some of it still is texture issues with him because he struggled with gaining some of the typical eating stuff that we normally have. So we still have to work with him, and that may be the case with your kiddo. Maybe there's just some texture issues they're trying to work past. So give them time, give them patience, give them grace. And there's some picky eater strategies in the Busy Mom's Guide to Meal Planning that I use too, because I know it's a struggle for mommies. So again, real quick, make this simple. Go through, highlight things your kiddos will eat. ask them what they would like to eat. A lot of kiddos just like finger food for lunch. My Joey will eat popcorn. He'll eat cheese and pepperoni and crackers and peppers with hummus. He'll eat the finger food stuff, and he could care less about having a warm meal sometimes. But go through, ask them what they would like to eat. What are their favorite fruits? What are their favorite vegetables? What are the things they like to eat most at school? And then highlight these things. And then when you're going to meal plan for that week or 2 weeks or a month, however you like to do it, come up with 3 to 4 cold lunch ideas, so main course ideas to have on hand for when your kiddos are packing. And then if you buy a thermos, then what I would do is make sure you're making extras for dinners the night before. That way you can pack in their lunches. And that's what I often do, is I have a little bit of extra that I cook in order to have leftovers for Logan and sometimes for Joey. So the key is just sitting down with your kiddos, figure out what they like to eat, and then shopping appropriately. If you're packing lunches every day, you might need to have 5 different options for the week. Joey a lot of times will buy lunch at school 1 to 2 times per day, or per week rather. So then it's like I have 3 cold meal ideas and I have leftovers from the night before. So he has options to choose from. When you're giving them that option, they feel like they have a little bit more control, so they're more likely to eat what you pack too. So, but again, I hope this helps you get started. That's my hope, is that it takes some of the stress away from you, because I know how hard it is. So print these lists out. Keep them handy, put them in a binder, and I talk more about how to set up your binder in the Busy Mom's Guide to Meal Planning. So, but I hope this at least helps you with that. If you're interested, there's going to be links throughout the post on how to purchase the Busy Mom's Guide to Meal Planning. So I hope this helps, and if you have any questions, please reach out to me. My direct email is becky@simplyintentionallife.com. Have a great day.